The apartment was unusually quiet in the late afternoon, a soft light filtering through the curtains and casting gentle shadows on the floor. Shirabu sat at the kitchen table, his brow furrowed as he flipped through a thick medical journal. The words blurred together slightly, his mind was only half on the text. His fingers tapped absently on the page, a subtle sign of his restless thoughts. Across the room, Yahaba was sprawled on the couch, propped up with pillows. His injured wrist was wrapped in thick white bandages, the slight swelling visible even through the fabric. He winced every so often, the pain still persistent, but he kept his expression light. At least in front of Shirabu. You know, Yahaba said, shifting carefully to avoid aggravating the wrist, I never thought a sprained wrist could turn me into such a diva. Shirabu glanced up briefly, eyebrows raised. If it helps, you've been a diva without an injury for a long time. Yahaba shot him a teasing look. Ouch. Coming from the eternal brooder, that stings. Shirabu didn't deny it. I'm brooding because I care. Sure. You're just worried I'll steal your title as most intense in the apartment. Please. Your pouting game isn't nearly strong enough for that. Yahaba grinned softly. You're lucky you're cute when you're cranky. Shirabu's voice lowered, a rare softness entering his tone. I don't do cute well. Yahaba shrugged, eyes flickering with vulnerability. You don't have to. You're you. And that's enough. For a moment, they sat quietly, words fading into the comfortable silence only shared between two people who had known each other for years, and were still learning. The sound of the front door opening broke the quiet. Semi entered, carrying a bag of groceries, and paused when he spotted the pair sitting close together. Did I interrupt a secret meeting? Semi asked with a small smirk, setting the bags down. Yahaba nudged Shirabu lightly. Looks like I'm corrupting him already. Shirabu smirked in return. Don't flatter yourself. Semi's tension eased just a little as he took in their easy banter. It's good to see you two getting along. Yahaba's gaze flickered between Shirabu and Semi. Especially when the rest of us are chaos incarnate. Kyutani appeared in the hallway, arms crossed and a teasing smirk on his face. Speak for yourself. Semi laughed softly, but the sound was tinged with something fragile. His phone buzzed on the table, and his smile faltered. Shirabu's sharp eyes caught the change immediately. Still those messages. Semi swallowed, the fear pressing in his chest. Yeah. Kyutani's expression hardened. If I ever find whoever's sending those, they'll regret it. Semi gave a small, grateful smile, but the worry lingered in his eyes. Later that night, Semi sat on the couch beside Shirabu, staring blankly at his phone screen. The device felt heavier than usual in his hands, like it held all his fears inside. You don't have to do this alone, Shirabu said quietly, his voice low and steady. Semi looked up, eyes shimmering with unshed tears. I'm scared. What if what if they hurt one of you? Shirabu's hand found Semi's, gripping tightly. We're stronger than that. We'll protect each other. Semi's breath hitched. I just want to keep you all safe. And we want you safe too. You're not a burden, Ida. Semi nodded, letting his head rest on Shirabu's shoulder, feeling the tension inside him ease just a little. The next afternoon, Yahaba was attempting to reach a box on a high shelf, balancing awkwardly on one foot. His injured arm hung uselessly at his side. From the hallway, Shirabu appeared silently, arms crossed and a smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth. Need a hand, or are you just showing off your one-armed skills? Shirabu teased. Yahaba rolled his eyes. You're impossible. Shirabu shrugged. But you love it. Yahaba chuckled softly, the warmth in his laugh easing the tension in the room. Maybe. Shirabu's expression shifted, softer now. I'm serious, though. You don't have to do everything yourself. Yahaba glanced down at the bandages, biting his lip. I know. It's just hard to admit. Shirabu moved closer, brushing a stray lock of hair from Yahaba's forehead. That's what we're here for. No shame in leaning on the people who care about you. Yahaba met Shirabu's gaze, a faint smile tugging at his lips. Thanks. Their relationship deepened in these small moments, sharp wit mixed with quiet vulnerability, teasing laced with care. Kyutani was the steady presence Yahaba needed during his recovery. After the injury had been diagnosed, Kyutani had taken charge, his experience as a pro volleyball player coming into play as he helped with stretches, massages, and care. Yahaba hated feeling helpless, depending on others. But Kyutani's presence was different. He was firm but never overbearing, playful yet tender, patient without question. One afternoon, Yahaba winced as he stretched his fingers. Kyutani watched closely, his voice gruff but gentle. "Don't push it." Yahaba scowled. "I'm not some broken toy." Kyutani smirked. "Yeah, you're definitely a pain in the ass sometimes." Yahaba raised an eyebrow. "And you like it?" Kyutani's grin deepened as he brushed a strand of hair behind Yahaba's ear. "More than you know." Yahaba's cheeks flushed, but he stayed composed. "I just hate feeling like a burden." Kyutani's hand slid down to grip Yahaba's wrist. "You're not. And I'm not letting you forget it." Their eyes locked, warmth and honesty passing between them. "You always know what to say," Yahaba admitted, the words breaking through his usual walls. Kyutani shrugged casually. "I've had practice." Yahaba rested his head lightly against Kyutani's shoulder. "You don't have to be tough all the time, you know." Yahaba glanced up, vulnerability flickering in his eyes. "Doesn't come easy." Kyutani smiled softly, tracing circles on Yahaba's arm. "Maybe I can help with that." Yahaba chuckled softly. "Maybe." Back in the living room, Semi felt the weight of the threat pressing down on him. He wanted to protect everyone, his friends, his family, but the fear of losing them consumed him. He couldn't do it alone. That evening, the four of them gathered in the living room, the weight of their struggles still hanging in the air, but softened by their presence together. Semi sat close to Shirabu, fingers intertwined. Yahaba leaned into Kyutani, both silent but tense. Finally, Semi broke the silence, his voice quiet and earnest. "I'm sorry. For bottling things up. For being scared." Shirabu's voice was firm but gentle. "You don't have to apologize." Kyutani nodded, his dark eyes warm. "We're here. All of us." Yahaba lifted his bandaged hand, his voice steady despite the pain beneath. "We'll get through this." And together, they sat in silence, fragile threads holding them together, taut but unbroken.